In my mind, far too many manufacturers have recently been holding their head in their hands crying, woe is me, letting the situation hurt them and not seeking market opportunity. So it's exciting to be interviewing a business that's at the opposite end of the scale. It's a business whose brand names will be on the tip of your tongue thanks to their effective advertising, and their quality products may also be daily at your fingertips. So today I'm dropping in virtually, of course, to the dynamic international premium home technology company, SharkNinja, and meeting their Vice President Marketing of EU, Jess Levy. Nice to meet you, Jess.
Very nice to meet you, Malcolm.
First question. Many people have seen your products on TV, especially the Shark vacuum. But tell us more about the company SharkNinja.
So, SharkNinja is a relentless innovator in the housewares industry. We obsess with consumer detail and satisfaction. From that moment an idea is conceived right through to its development, through to its use in people's homes. Our company DNA is made up of an unrelenting, passionate and dedicated focus on solving customer pain points to make products that ultimately positively impact people's lives and strive to secure 5-star ratings.
Wow.
So essentially, the consumer is at the heart of everything we do. And it's that focus that has enabled Shark to become the UK's best-selling vacuum cleaner brand, and for Ninja to become one of the market leaders in the kitchen category.
Fantastic. I mean, I love the passionate bit, because unless you are passionately committed to the customer, then what are you in business for?
Absolutely. And it is a passion, and we follow that passion with absolutely everything we do, whether it's making products, whether it's the marketing, whether it's the logistics. It's that passion is injected into every element that is SharkNinja.
I started off by talking about manufacturing, which is in a bit of a problem, but how has your company reacted to coronavirus and to keep the sales flowing?
Well, with products sourced in China, some factory closures and delays due to coronavirus have been challenging. I'd say we've had to be quick on our toes, flexible and smart in our planning to ensure that production is kept to the minimal amount of disruption. Continue to work very closely with our retailers to understand differing stock positions, ensure shelves stay stacked with product. We've become very adept at solving complex stock problems, thinking on our feet and finding creative solutions. So it's been challenging, but we've made it work.
Yeah, agile obviously is the key word there, it sounds like to me, you know. Allow us a peep inside the creative and innovative culture at SharkNinja. What sparks a new product idea, and what SharkNinja culture must that new product match?
So it's a really great question, Malcolm. So every product we launch has to hit a minimum of a 4.7-star rating for us to launch it in the first place. And we are absolutely fastidious in ensuring that at every stage of a product's creation, we obtain consumer feedback to ensure we're addressing and solving pain points and meeting and exceeding customer expectation. And that's not just the product itself. It's the messaging, it's the creative, the imagery and execution at every stage, from ideation to the first prototype, to the first engineering build, first box design, online copy. Basically, if we don't exceed and delight the end user, then we go back and we change what we're doing. We design products ultimately that impact people's lives positively in their homes, but not in a lab. And that's the vital piece. Because they're in people's homes, we want to see the products used in people's homes throughout their development, and tried out by the people who will be using them in their own homes ultimately. So we want to see, them cleaning the stairs. We want to see our customers cleaning under the furniture, emptying the dust cup, or cooking for their families. even. Seeing how a customer navigates our product is absolutely priceless, and that's what it's all about. The bottom line is that we simply will not launch a product if the consumer doesn't rate it. It doesn't matter how much we've invested in the development of that product. At the end of the day, our job is to delight and inspire. And we will only launch a product if we have full confidence and the data that gives that green light.
Interesting. That really is, because so many people get so far down the line, they're committed. Funders, investors are saying, come on, where's the money? Excellent. Are consumers, perhaps younger ones, now seeking greener products? And if so, how's SharkNinja reacting to these trends and demands?
So I think certainly an older generation, and I include myself in that, sadly.
Me too.
We've kind of had to change our mindset, but the younger generation certainly favours brands, I think, that are more focused and invested in sustainability. Young people are driving changes, and rightly so. SharkNinja is aiming to have 100% recyclable, that's a hard word to say,
isn't it? Yeah.
We're hoping to have 100% recyclable packaging by the end of 2021. We're doing everything we can to reduce unnecessary waste from our boxes. Last May, actually, we launched our SharkNinja Grows a Forest tree planting initiative, where we work with the organisation Carbon Footprint to plant and preserve 23,000 trees to offset the cardboard production and the carbon footprint of our UK offices. It was a great day out, actually, as well. I've never planted a tree before.
Right.
Getting stuck into the earth and putting those trees in the ground felt really good.
Yeah.
And it's certainly something we're very aware of, and we're looking at every possible way that we can be more sustainable.
Yeah, I bet your people like that as well. The teams. Yeah.
Do you know what? It's really great to get out for a day and to do something good and to do something worthwhile, and that gets you away from the everyday.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like really putting something back in the ground to sort of feel to feel that.
Yeah, and there's a little medal there saying Jess's tree.
I wish. I do actually want to go back. I know exactly where I planted my trees.
All right.
Yeah, I'd like to go back and check them out.
Yeah, and take your children. It could be the family tree then, wouldn't it? Right. Okay. I noticed that you proudly, and you do, the word is proudly, use the word quality in your corporate copy, but so do many others use the word quality. So how do you overcome that, perhaps with real conviction and evidence that quality and stand out from the others?
Well, again, I'd say, Malcolm, that the proof is in the star rating, actually. If a customer doesn't rate a product, they'll let you know, and they'll let the rest of the world know about it. That's the world we live in. Most shoppers will scour through product reviews before making a decision about what brand or products they want to invest in. If they're not looking at reviews, they're watching and following influencers on social media, or they're receiving a tip-off from their friends or family. Poor products don't tend to have a long lifespan, and brands are easily tarnished when customers take to social media to air their gripes. It's only the customer at the end of the day who can really testify to the use of the word quality. And if you go online and if you look at our reviews, I'd say that feedback speaks for itself.
Excellent. And that is so important, that reputation management today, isn't it? Because the customer has voice.
The customer has voice, and it keeps brands and companies on their toes. And that's a great thing. And where once before you could you'd see products that fell apart and nobody really would know about it. Now everybody knows about it. Yeah. And so you use the word quality. You can have brands and companies using the word quality as much as they like, but at the end of the day, it's the reviews and it's the customer who will testify to that.
Yeah. Now, with vacuums and home appliances, you are in a challenging sector with many competitors. How does your strategic marketing help the business rise above others?
Well, I'd say challenge is what pushes us to be the very best that we can be. There's nothing more demotivating, actually, than companies who never stray far away from the first thing that they ever did that worked and say, oh, you know, that's not within the business model, it isn't broken, don't change it. You know, success is all about challenge, and we welcome competition. It pushes us to be better. It pushes us to pioneer technologies that will really make a difference to people. And actually, anti-hair wrap technology is great testament to that. It's a great example of that. So uncovering consumer pain points that not even the consumer realized that they had was something that was really great to behold. Everyone at some point has experienced the annoyance of tangled hair wrapping around the brush roll of their vacuum cleaner, but they've accepted that issue as part and parcel of cleaning the house. So when we launched anti-hair wrap technology and we first introduced consumers to our prototypes, they simply were ecstatic and they just couldn't wait for the product to be launched. So competition at the end of the day is what keeps us innovating, and it ultimately benefits the consumer.
Yeah, I really like that. And I love the thundering hooves of competitors behind us. It makes you run faster, doesn't it?
It does. And we welcome that. You know, if they didn't, you know, perhaps, you know, we wouldn't be quite so driven to do the things that we do. So it pushes us to be better, and it's the consumer who wins at the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm guessing that you and your team and your advisors are very skilled at media buying. What changes have you been making to that buying over the last few years, say from mainstream to niche?
Well, I'd say firstly that avoiding paying premiums to be overly targeted has enabled us to grow at an incredible speed.
Mm-hmm.
We want to reach anyone who is in the market for a premium household product, not just a perfect pen portrait fantasy customer. They simply don't exist, actually. No, right. So whilst we have a target audience, we don't overpay to exclude other audiences. Secondary and all audiences are really important. The fashion, if you like, for laser targeted media, particularly online, has been called out by many as being inefficient. It simply doesn't always pay for advertisers to narrow their targets too much. So follow the research, I would say, not the latest thing. Marketing people are often like magpies. You know, we want to rush into every new flashy thing. I'd also say that measurement is crucial. Measure your brand metrics as they grow, and also the performance indicators as well. This gives a full funnel view of how your marketing is really working and where not to apply pressure to really drive growth in the bottom line.
I like that very much, that you're moving marketing into what it should be, more of a science than just an art.
Yeah, you know, that's the beauty of it. That's the bit I love the most, actually, is you can have a product and a message and you can put your message out there, but then you don't just sit back and go, you know, job done.
Yeah.
You know, you have to continue to optimize it and continue to see what works, what doesn't work, what needs to be changed, where do you tweak it? And actually that's where the real work is done. Yeah. Is you know, you don't launch and then put your feet up or they go up, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, what they used to call it, spray and pray, don't they? You know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it doesn't work like that, and that is the exciting piece.
Okay. So, how important is price in your generation of sales? You offer quality, and surely you cannot have the lowest price, the highest quality, and the best support all in one.
So SharkNinja products earn 5-star product reviews because they exceed expectation and they delight our customers. And our pricing is so reasonable and accessible because we look for efficiencies within our supply system. So we launch new products globally so that we can benefit from economies of scale, optimize space within our packaging so we're not just paying to transport air around. We optimize pallet space and shipping costs to strip away any extra costs so that we're never ever compromising quality for price. We also keep our product ranges really tight so that we're not busy fools, and that we can focus on creating 5-star products with groundbreaking technology and a range that appeals to everyone. The consumer should never end up paying for any inefficiencies, and we absolutely make sure that never happens, which is why I think we've got a range at different prices that is accessible to everybody, and everyone can enjoy SharkNinja quality.
I'm fascinated at the moment, because marketing is my discipline, about the changes that we're facing. We're in this supposedly new normal. So have you had to recently change your marketing message and your marketing communications to meet this new normal?
Yeah, definitely. I think digital video and content creation have played a pivotal role in this. With many stores being closed, shoppers have relied heavily on online content and information to be able to make their product choices. And our creative teams have had to react really quickly to that. They've, to be able to help demonstrate the solutions to everyday needs across both digital and linear TV. So, where we might have had a brand ambassador in store helping consumers navigate our products and help find the right product for them, we've now had to help customers make that decision online. One of the many advantages of having an in-house production team is the ability to be able to quickly adapt, to be able to flex our messaging, our product promotions, swap creative quickly, to be able to help problem solve both for complex stock availability and logistics, as well as consumer needs. So, it's helping customers make that choice, but content is king, and you just have to keep churning out more and more content in ways that make it really clear to the customer, who's got any questions about what products they want to buy.
Yes, and influence them at the right time in the right place, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. How have you found managing your own team in recent months? Have you had to learn new remote skills? And if so, what are they?
I'd love you to ask that question to my team. I'd love to hear.
Right.
I'd love to hear what their response.
Oh, go on, let me.
I would say that it's certainly been a challenge, jumping online Zoom and video calls for sure. But I've also really enjoyed actually seeing my team relaxing in their own home environment.
Right.
People tend to put on a work face when they walk into the office, don't they? And it can be really hard sometimes to get beyond that and see who the real person is. I love seeing ornaments on people's shelves, pets and children running into shots, partners scrambling quick to get out of shot. I love all of those. I love hearing the doorbell ring in the middle of a call. I think it's authentic, and at the end of the day, it's real life that strengthens that relationship and builds trust. We don't just invest in a person. At the end of the day, we don't just invest in a person because they have the right skills. Trust is made up of what you know of a person. It's forming an understanding of that whole person, how they are in the office and how they are at home. And we have a team meeting every morning to discuss the focus and fires of the day. But essentially, it's an important way of staying in touch and giving a virtual wave. I think we've all had to learn the etiquette of when to turn your video on, when to turn your video off. Otherwise, you're always staring in front of the camera, and it can get a bit intense. And we've all had to learn to sort of relax a little bit with that. It's been harder in a way to ensure that work-life balance. If you're working all the time from the same place, I tend to when I log off, I go out at the end of the day, have a good walk, and it puts a real line between the place I'm working in and the place I come back in to enjoy my family. Yeah, lots of adaptation. It's been a real learning curve, but it's definitely had some upsides too. And I will definitely keep the morning chats online with my team. Even when we're in the office, we're all zooming around the place.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed those.
Yeah, I really applaud you on that, because far too many people have been doing Zoom calls and things like that, and people becoming nervous, you know. And you mentioned an important word there, trust, and that's got to be at the centre of it all, of building a good team, hasn't it?
It is, and you find trust with people, not just because they're skillful at what they do, but of who they are and the kind of person that they are. And actually seeing them in their home environment really helps to understand that.
Yeah.
And actually I feel much closer to the team.
Excellent.
Through this.
Oh, that's brilliant. So let me ask you about your personal leadership style, because you are on Meet the Leader show here. Is it hands-on, hands-off, or other? Has it changed over the last few years? And do you see further changes?
Well, as the company has grown, so has the team. And over the years, I would hope to think that I've grown as a leader too. I'm very, very fortunate to work with an extremely talented, diligent, and experienced team who frankly make it very easy for me to lead. I'd like to say that I'm a hands-off leader, but I can jump in a flash and get stuck into the detail when it's needed. Also, as we expand our brand into Europe, I've really had to make sure that I maintain a more strategic focus and conduct the different parts of the marketing machine, whether it's product marketing, whether it's media, whether it's creative, design, whatever it is, it's conducting it a little bit like an orchestra to play in tune and to time and to ultimately complement each other.
Yeah.
I still do love creating though. And I will happily lose myself in a shooting one of our adverts or in an edit suite until somebody kicks me out.
I'm with you on that one. I've done that. I've been there. Right. In the supposedly new normal that we were talking about beforehand, change will happen, and most likely in business culture. So what do you think the new business culture of a successful company like yours will look like? Or will there be no change?
I definitely think it will change. I think a successful company attracts and motivates talented people who can work together to pursue and realize the company's goals. But in order to achieve that, you have to have a very tight infrastructure in the first instance, and an inspiring company culture so that people can feel supported, secure to be able to experiment, think outside the box, not feel trapped and locked in process, not hamstrung and by outdated business models. Mostly we don't need antiquated rules, rigid working hours, designer suits, fancy offices to create something extraordinary. And I think lockdown has actually demonstrated that. SharkNinja's DNA centers around being able to achieve the impossible. And whilst I don't want to underestimate the amount of sheer hard work, logistics, and determination that has enabled the company to keep operating so successfully at this time, I would say that in many respects, we are simply doing what we always do, thinking fast, thinking globally, and with the consumer always at the heart of everything that we do.
Yeah, I really like this focus that you've got upon purpose rather than mission, vision, and all those sort of things. A real purpose, and the customers at the purpose. So what are you especially proud about what SharkNinja, the company, has achieved?
Well, I'm immensely proud of Shark being the UK's best-selling vacuum cleaner brand. It's a journey that I've been on from the start, and it's exhilarating being part of a rapidly growing brand that just keeps on climbing. I'm also especially proud of Ninja. At the beginning of 2019, we launched the Ninja Foodie pressure cooker, and it's been a phenomenal success in the multi-cooker category. Since then, we've launched Ninja air fryers, we've launched Ninja health grill, we've launched Ninja heated blender. It's a soup maker and a blender in one. I'm a keen cook. I really love a good kitchen appliance, and I simply love the products that our engineers continue to work on and design and develop. So, watch this space. It's a really exciting time.
Sounds like it. So back to you, though. What are you especially proud about what you've personally achieved?
Without a doubt, I would say that I am most proud of my team. It's certainly grown in the 4.5 years that I've been with the company. Watching the people I've worked with for a long time grow and develop into excellent leaders themselves, and observe how they inspire their teams and cross-functional teams within the business. Watching that is exhilarating and it's motivating. Particularly at the moment, actually, all working remotely, continuing to launch our products successfully. It really is true that you are only ever as good as your team, and that has never been truer than right now.
So finally, Jess, I was going to send you some pantomime tickets, but I'm sorry, it was not going to happen this year. But I am going to be your fairy godmother and give you 3 wishes.
Oh, okay.
Right. If you have those 3 wishes for the future of global marketing, what would they be?
Oh, that is a tough question. I would say that diversity in the marketing industry, I'd look at that. If the industry is not representative of the population, then advertising is never going to communicate effectively.
Totally agree.
I would say eliminate online advertising fraud, which is currently estimated at $23 billion. I think marketing directors, need to really look at that. I would also probably my biggest wish is to stop splitting marketing into online, offline, digital, social. That's gone. That was 30 years ago. Every activity is intertwined and feeds the same funnel. The customer journey is much more diverse now than it ever used to be, and it relies on multiple touch points to relay that message. And I get really fed up when it's split out into social, digital, online, offline. We all work together, and we all make sure that our messaging and our products can be consumed at every single touch point.
Jess Levy, VP Marketing EU of SharkNinja. I just knew I was going to be inspired when I was come to interview, not just upon the quality and the excitement of SharkNinja, but also about what you've achieved. Thank you for the interview today. Thank you.
Thank you so much too. I've loved it.